Nat Turner was born on October 2nd, 1800 in Southampton County, Virginia. He was born into slavery on a particularly very large farm. As a young child, Nat would describe events that happened even before his birth. This, along with his keen sense of intelligence, marked him as a prophet in the eyes of many of his peers. As Turner began to mature, he isolated himself from society. As, as time grew on, he became deeply rooted in Christianity, spending most of his time praying and fasting. Turner quickly developed into a Baptist pastor, frequently claiming he had experienced visions from God. In February 1831, Turner believed certain atmospheric conditions were to be interpreted as a sign for rebellion against slaveholders. In relation, a solar eclipse occurred on August 13th of the same year. Turner took this occasion as a final sign for God and organized a rebellion the following week on August 21st, 1831. Turner and his following included more than 70 enslaved and free blacks, went from plantation to plantation in rural Southampton, Virginia, brutally killing 60 white people in total with knives, hatchets, axes, forks, and other blunt instruments. The rebellion was suppressed, however, within 2 days, but Nat Turner was captured by white militiamen until November 5th, 1831. Turner and his men were subsequently tried in court for conspiracy and insurrection. Turner received a brutal punishment, having his head hanged, flayed, butchered, and quartered. Ultimately, Nat Turner's rebellion resulted in a white uprising, killing more than 200 slaves that had nothing to do with the rebellion. A mass hysteria of fear promptly followed suit in Virginia and across the Deep South. Repressive policies were once again instituted against blacks, and rights were taken away to those who were free, and slaves were treated even more cruelly. In conclusion, Nat Turner's rebellion was essentially created due to his religious zeal. Nat Turner organized his rebellion amongst his fellow slaves, believing God had told him to do so, especially within the woods. The slaves revolted against their slaveholders, killing many men, women, and children. This slave rebellion resulted in the white response, a mass hysteria of fear. Consequently, suppressive reform towards blacks were enforced heavily once again. Likewise, the conflict and fear this event created is argued by many historians to have expedited the Civil War of the future. Fundamentally, the Civil War was a battle of states' rights, the North not wanting slavery and the South essentially wanting slavery. Additionally, this event can be linked in the past to a multitude of other slave revolts, such as Stonewall Uprising of 1739. This event also was used as propaganda for harsher slave codes. My name is Cameron Wells, and thank you for listening and for your time. You are a great audience, and I appreciate everything you do.